So you guys are going to see how I pack my suitcase, all of the little tips and tricks that I like to kind of make my suitcase a little bit more condensed so that it's easier for traveling, more organized, and just gets the stuff that you need in there at the correct size, because let's face it, I pack a lot of stuff and then I need a little bit more room or things just get unorganized and it becomes mass chaos. So you guys are going to see how I pack my check-in bag. I'm also going to show you guys how I pack all of my more valuable things like laptop, my cameras, and all of that stuff on my carry-on. So be sure to watch the entire video so you guys can get all of my tricks. And if you guys have any travel packing tips and ideas, be sure to share them down below. If I haven't shared them already, we always love to get more tips because more tips means more efficiency and we need that when we're traveling. So keep watching if you guys want to see how I pack my suitcase. First things first, you want to have a list with an organized idea of what you need to bring. This way you don't forget anything at home and you know for sure. I actually made this really cute little PDF that you guys can download on my blog. It'll be linked down below, and it has everything. It has the whole list for your clothes, and then it goes into undergarments, and then you have all of your toiletries and a full makeup list so you don't forget anything, because I forgot mascara one time and I wanted to die. And then there's face products, hair, and electronics, entertainment, and then a few random travel items. So be sure to go check that out on my blog, and you can download this for free. Here is my super adorable Barbie suitcase. I picked this up from Marshall's. It was originally, I think, like $300 something, and I got it for $80. So Marshall's is a great place to get a really nice suitcase. Guys, I totally lucked out at Marshall's with so many things. I got this, it was $5.99, and it had 4 different little tags on it. I had never seen these before, and I'm so happy that I got these because they're just so cute, and it's a great way to either know that your suitcase is yours if you don't have a really bright suitcase like I do, and you don't ever have to worry about your stuff getting stolen because it's not going to break off. So this is what my suitcase looks like inside. It has this side right here for all of your clothes, and then this to connect, and then this side has pockets, a mesh screen, and then this opens up right here for another whole side. This is kind of like a divider in the center. I got this from Marshall's. This is called the Press and Pack. It's an airtight storage bag, and there's 4 that come in here, and it basically gives you so much more space. This was $5.99, by the way, like way cheaper than buying it at other places. So the bag comes like this. It is a huge, huge bag. All you do is you take out your clothes, you kind of position them how you want to. These are all of my tank tops. So what I do is I just kind of fold my bag out, and I broke this up into 2 piles because I'm trying to keep it really neat because I have a lot to pack for this trip. So let's put this inside the bag, and then I just got my next stack, and I put this in as well. And then all you have to do to seal this up is what I do is I kind of pull this little blue tab right here, and I go till about the a little bit more than halfway. Then all you have to do is go to the opposite side, hold onto your clothes, and roll. And this is going to take all of the air out. Then you just finish zipping it closed, and you roll it back out, and it has like suction cup vacuum sealed your clothes, and it is super flat and just compacts all of that space and allows you to really get a lot of clothes. So these are all of my tank tops. I have all of my dressier tops in here, and I kind of laid them out like halfways. That way they just stay a little bit flatter. And then in this one I have all of my skirts and dresses, a little bit more dressier stuff. And then in here I have my t-shirts, like my comfy t-shirts, and then some of my pajama shirts. Then I have 3 pairs of shorts, 3 pants, and a pair of sleep bottoms. And what I like to do is leave all of this stuff loose so I can kind of fit this in around these bags. And I'll show you guys that in a second. Then I have all of my bras and my bralettes, and then I just put all of my underwear on this so I can kind of keep it while I am looking for the ones that I want to put in my suitcase, and I'm going to be stuffing those into the mesh bag. Now I start loading everything in here. So I just unclasp these things and I start putting in my layers. These guys kind of go in and fit just perfectly inside my large suitcase. And I know that you can get smaller ones than this if you do happen to have a smaller suitcase than me. So now that I have the majority of all of my clothes in here, well, I forgot this last one. Now there's going to be like little pockets kind of like around the area. So what I do is I just kind of push it to one side, and then I start to put my shorts and pants on the edges of this. I'm just going to take my pants and kind of roll or half them up and start layering these on the sides. What I love about having these bags is that everything is inside here. It doesn't get wrinkled, it doesn't smell gross because they're all in this little plastic bag, and they stay nice and neat, and I can go to exactly what I need to get. And because it's so compact, I have much more room available in my suitcase. So when traveling with bras, I always get afraid that they're going to get smushed and they're going to kind of lose their shape and get crinkled. So what I like to do is grab my underwear and I just kind of take it and fill in the cup parts. And then I go and I stuff that into my suitcase so that when my suitcase is getting actually closed, it's not going to compress and misshape my bras. They're going to stay nice and neat. All of my bralettes, I'm just going to slide into these little cubbies. For jewelry, I like to use a little bag to put all of my jewelry in. That way nothing gets crushed and it's all in one place. So I like to reuse my jewelry bags that I get my jewelry in. That way it just kind of keeps everything separated from each other and nothing gets tangled up. I put my necklaces in these ones. I have some bracelets in here. I have some other necklaces with like daintier chains in separate bags. And then I just have some loose bracelets that aren't going to get all crumbled together and I don't have to worry about. I have some smaller earrings and these little guys. And then this right here is actually, I love to reuse these things. This was actually an old powder container and I use this to put all of my rings in. So I like to place all of my rings inside here. That way they're all just kind of safe and I know that they're not going to get squished while traveling. All of that just gets tucked inside this little zip bag. And I'm going to take my jewelry and I'm actually going to be putting it in this other side of my elastic band. Because this is in the center of my suitcase, because there's another layer underneath here, it's going to be safest in the center so that nothing gets kind of banged on the side. So it's all of your fragile things are kept in the center of your suitcase. Then we have shoes. I am bringing a pair of cowboy boots because we are going to be going line dancing and it is for the bachelorette party for my sister-in-law's wedding. I'm bringing one pair of tannish wedge sandals, my favorite pair of black wedge sandals, and then I'm bringing two pairs of my just really comfortable sandals. I'm bringing these cute ones and then these ones because they're my go-tos, and then my trusty Converse sneakers. Another great idea is to utilize your sneakers. Instead of like placing your socks inside your suitcase, you can just stuff your socks inside your shoes to save some more room. And voila, room saved. Also kind of a weirdo, I like to place these little things inside of my boots. These are those plastic like little weenie water toys or whatever they are that you can use in the pool, and I cut them up and I actually put them in my boots to store my boots so they don't lose their shape. And then I also travel with them inside there too because then they don't get squished and ruined. Another tip when packing shoes, instead of packing shoes like this where they kind of get a little bit wider towards the front part of your shoes, pack them like this so it condenses space. Even those little bit of inches can save so much room. With all my shoes laying the correct way, I can actually fit in a lot more than I normally would. For toiletries, I really like to condense everything down because let's be real, all of our products can make such a big mess and it's just way too much. So I got this little roll-up traveling toiletries case from Target. It's really cute and very handy, and I like that it has the hook on it because when I want to go somewhere I can hang it on the hook in the bathroom and it's just really easy to use. So in here I have my Q-tips, toothbrush, toothpaste. I keep in this kind of back pocket some female products. don't ever go on a trip without bringing some of these, because you'll end up like me, going on a trip and not being able to find any and starting early, and it's just a mess. And I just have some deodorant, some makeup remover, a few different hair things, and behind here I actually keep some of these little samples of perfumes. Instead of just throwing these away, I actually travel with these and I just leave them inside of my toiletries bag because I can use them. I don't have to worry about bringing my big expensive perfume and them either taking it or it breaking. So then down here I just have my shampoos and conditioners and little mini travel size of hair products. I love having these and I just keep them in here because it's nice to have them and not have to bring a big product. And then for face products, I got this little kit. I actually got this from Marshall's. I think it was, let's see. It was $4.99 and it has all of these great little jars and things for all of your face products. I love that because I have a lot and I don't need to bring that much, so I can keep everything in this small bag. I'm going to be traveling and I don't want these to explode. Even though they're inside a container, inside a bag, you know these somehow magically explode and then ruin all of your clothes. So I'm just going to put it in one of my big like storage things for my clothes and then set that inside my suitcase because then I don't have to worry about it at all. You can use Ziploc baggies, whatever you need to just make sure that these guys are safe and not going to destroy your clothes. Keeping it pretty simple since I'm going to be staying at my sister-in-law's house, but if you're staying at a hotel, I definitely recommend getting a little travel blow dryer. This one I actually got from Sephora. It's pink and it's so cute and it has a lot of power to it, and I love that because the hotel blow dryers just don't cut it for me. And this one actually has a few different settings, which is really nice. And then I'm just going to be bringing my curling iron. This is a 1-inch curling iron. I can pretty much do any look that I want to with this iron, so it's kind of a multitasker. That way I don't have to bring a whole bunch of hot tools that just take up too much space. Also, another good idea to take your hot tools and place them in the center or in between the center of your suitcase. That way it's going to stay protected so they don't break. So I put in my blow dryer right here. So now they are both safe and sound and ready for travel. And don't forget, if you're going to the beach, you're going to need your swimsuit. Now these things just smell like sunscreen in general, and I like to use a little bag. This is actually like a little bag that is plastic inside. The smell of my swimsuit is not going to get onto all of my other clothes, so I'm just going to put it inside this bag. That way all of the icky swimsuit smell stays inside this bag. And then if I have a wet swimsuit or anything like that, I could throw it in here and I don't have to worry about it getting onto any of my other clothes or anything in my suitcase. I'm gonna slide that right in there. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to bring my hairbrush. Throw your hairbrush in there too. Don't forget one of those. For makeup, I try to compact everything as much as I possibly can. So I like to bring a blush palette. That way I have everything kind of in one. I am bringing my Lorac eyeshadow palette. This is the unzipped. It has all of my favorite colors and I can do a day to night smoky eye with it, and it's just like one of my go-tos. And this is my little makeup bag that I just put everything inside to keep all of the makeup from getting all over. Now all of my makeup is locked away safely in this bag. Another tip to do is to actually use your makeup the day before to make sure that you like go through your routine, use all of your makeup products. That way you make sure that the next day when you leave, you have everything that you need in this bag. And then these are all of my makeup brushes. I have like an assortment of all kinds of brushes that I'm going to need. Since I'm going to a wedding, I kind of am carrying a little bit more than usual because I will be doing my makeup a little bit more for pictures and everything. And then I have this Sigma carrying case. This is actually what some of my Sigma brushes came in. And this little guy goes over the top of these brushes. And then these latches actually little clip on. And what I love about this is that I can travel with this. All my makeup brushes are not going to get smushed and just turned into a disaster. And then when I actually get to the hotel or to my sister-in-law's house, I can use this to hold all of my makeup brushes in, and it's like little cup stand. So it is like the best traveling buddy ever for your brushes. Now that I have everything all organized in my suitcase, it is so nice and neat. Everything just kind of fits in here perfectly. I have a ton of stuff in here. So now I'm going to close it up, and it should close just perfectly. So instead of taking my big purse, which is kind of a larger size, and I really don't need all of this stuff. I mean, we really need all the stuff in our purse. So I'm kind of just condensing everything down. I'm bringing some cash because it's always good to have cash on hand. You never know when you're going to need some cash. I'm bringing a few business cards because what the heck, I need some. I'm bringing some of my, I'm bringing my Custom Prof card because I don't go anywhere without it. I'm bringing 2 credit cards, my driver's license, some gum, my sunglasses, and then just a powder compact. And I'm actually going to switch to a little like side bag. This is like my handy go-to bag that I use for everything. You guys have probably seen it. So all of this stuff is just going to go into this instead of bringing a big gigantic bag. You really don't need it when you go on vacation. It's best to kind of just compact it down into like a smaller little handbag or like crossbody. This is why I love having a checklist, because I almost forgot my headphones. That is so important. How do you forget headphones? So these are all of the things that I like to put in my carry-on. I like to keep all my more expensive things like my laptop, my camera, my purse. Of course, it's gonna go in my carry-on. And then I like to keep my headphones so I can listen to things on my phone and on my computer. And then I like to bring my Nook. My Nook is like so handy. I can read all of my books on here and I don't have to carry around a bunch of books, depending like if I want to flip through reading different things. And then I'm just taking my planner. Normally I wouldn't take my planner, but because it's my sister-in-law's wedding, let me just open this up so that you guys can see this. We have so many different things that we have to do. So I have everything scheduled in here and then a bunch of like notes back in the back of what's going on. So I'm taking my planner as well. I'm going to be putting my laptop inside of this little pouch. It's just like one of those computer slips or cases or covers or whatever you want to call it, so that if I can actually get it in there. There we go. Good job, Alexis. That way it's not going to get banged around. I would never ever check my my camera or my laptop on my checked-in bag because that's just asking to get either broken or stolen. So all of these are going to go in this Victoria's Secrets bag. It's just a soft bag. It's really easy because it has either the handles or it has the strap, like the body strap, which I really like because I can switch from like just carrying it with my arms or carrying it on my shoulder depending on how heavy it is getting. Another thing, whenever I pack my cords, I actually just use a hairband to keep them all together. This one I have just a regular hairband and I have a small one on this. That way it just kind of doesn't unravel and get everywhere. So first I'm going to open up my bag and I'm actually going to put my little planner and my Nook down first. It might be harder to get out when I'm actually traveling, but I want to do that because I want my computer to sit on top of it. It's always best to have like a little bit extra padding underneath your computer so that way nothing gets busted. And then I'm just going to lay my camera bag in here. And then on this side, I'm going to set my purse to easily get out if I need it. My chargers, again, so that they're handy if I need to charge anything at the airport. And my Beats headphones actually come with this little travel thing and they fold up, which is nice so that when I am traveling, I know that they're going to be safe and not get squished. So I'm just gonna throw that little guy in here, and that actually leaves me a little bit of room for snacks when I get to the airport, a drink, whatever I want. And then I can just zip this guy up, and there you have my checked bag. I hope you guys got some really good tips on how to travel with your suitcase or your checked bag. And be sure to check out my last one that I did for Hawaii so you guys can actually see what I took with me on my trip to Hawaii. And I'll see you guys in my next video.